Welcome back to Mind Your Rehab. I am Dr. Allison, and this is
Dr. Vinny.
We're trying something new. If you're watching us on YouTube, we're going to sit next to each other.
Yeah.
It's wild. Something we never do as a married couple.
Like I say, we do this all the time, every day, multiple times a day.
But we did get input from a friend who said, it would be better if you just sat with each other instead of different rooms. So we're going to give this a shot and see if we can still talk to each other.
Yeah. Just imagine if you're watching the video version of this, it's like you're hanging out in our house with us in the middle of the day.
In our kitchen, in our dining room, we want to paint a different color. We don't want blue on blue, on blue on blue.
Yeah. Don't pay attention to the color of the walls. We know they're bad.
Anyway, we have our dogs on the ground next to us, so maybe they'll get up in the middle and be with us, but maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah. If you hear barking or screaming come out of nowhere, it's probably our dogs.
It's Frankie.
It's definitely Frankie.
I have my midday cold brew.
Shit, I did not get mine.
I literally just asked you if you needed anything. And
I've got
I'm good.
My handy dandy blanket of a water bottle here with me.
So some updates on us, on our lives. I just looked at it today on where I am week-wise away from my show, my bodybuilding show. And I am just over 4 weeks. I'm just over 12 weeks out from my show.
Crazy.
Which is crazy because I don't feel like I'm anywhere near ready physically. I did choose a show that was less than 6 months out from my bulk. So, I'm going to do the best that I can. It's my first show ever. It's a learning curve.
How are you feeling mentally?
I feel fine right now.
Cool.
I don't know how much longer that will last. My calories are still fine at the moment, but I know that it's going to get worse.
Yeah. There's no way around that. It will.
No, I keep meaning to tell my coach that. So I've always wanted to do bodybuilding, and I've just always talked myself out of doing it. And, I heard about water cutting and all this stuff. And I've done cuts on my own and it's not fun. So I was just like, I don't know if I could do something that intense. And then I spoke to my coach when I met her. I was asking her about it because I found out she was a bodybuilding coach. She just worked out at her gym. And she was like, it doesn't have to be that bad. Cutting doesn't have to be that bad. It's not that bad. Now this motherfucker's telling me it's going to get awful. It's going to be horrible. I have to prepare. It's just going to get really bad. So she did a bait and switch on me.
Yeah, she roped you in for
I'm
sure.
I'm not upset about it, but also I do need to tell her, it is hilarious how you duped me so that you get me to do it. I know I'll be proud of myself at the end.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
What's new with you?
I'm gearing up to go to Montreal next week for Puzza Fest, which is poutine and pizza put together to make the word Puzza. And it's fast food and fast music. So
is that their slogan?
That's their slogan, fast food and fast music. Yep. It's a punk music festival in downtown Montreal.
Is this your third time going?
This is my fourth time going.
Okay.
Yeah, this is my fourth time going. So right now, I just have a nice playlist going of every single band that's going to be playing at the festival that I kind of liked listening to on first go. And I'm just cruising through that playlist right now.
Nice.
It's been pretty cool. I'm very excited.
Nice.
Yep.
I was going to say something. Oh, yeah. I was going to say you better bring me back either a shirt or a mug.
Pro tip for all the people out there in relationships: if one partner ever leaves and goes somewhere else, bring back something a little special for the other partner.
Yeah.
Even if it's just going out with a friend. I feel like coming home with
oh my God,
a garlic knot or something is pretty cool.
Always the best, except when your best friend just ends up eating all of what you were supposed to give me.
Yes, one time that did happen.
It's actually this best friend.
It's the same friend that I'm going to Montreal with. Yeah, we were at a beer festival in Brooklyn back when we were living in Hoboken, and the night got away from him, and I was bringing Allison
quote
home.
unquote got away from him.
I was bringing Allison home a deep fried personal pizza, and I went to go get him some water because he badly needed water. And by the time I got back to him, he was devouring Allison's gift, which happens. It's all right.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, he needed it. He needed
did,
it more
did.
than you did
He
at that
did need
moment.
In order to survive, he needed it.
Totally.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and I was also having fueling issues with my workouts. So this is helpful for anybody.
Whoa.
I'm going through puberty. This is helpful for anybody who, I think this will be helpful for anybody. If you ever like are working out and you're getting nauseous or you throwing up, that's something that I've never had. In 15 years of lifting, I was a competitive weightlifter, never had this problem. And now I was having this problem. It's a fueling issue, most likely. And we figured out the magic sauce for me 2 days in a row. I've not only not thrown up, but I have not felt nauseous. And it was the combination of a Rice Krispies treat and a Nugo bar, which is the first time of me having those. And I really like them. Costco.
Cool.
Costco it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you watching? What are you listening to? You already said what you're listening to.
Yeah, I'm listening to a lot of that Pooza playlist. The cool thing is, so I also have this other little ritual of mine. I have a lot of little rituals, but one of them is that whenever there's a Flyers game on, I like to listen to a band that's from Philadelphia. There are a lot of bands from Philly that are going to be playing at Pooza, so I'm listening.
The Menzingers?
No, they're not. They are from Philly, but they are not going to be playing at Pooza. I'm listening to a lot of 500 Bucks is going to be at Pooza, and the Holy Mess are going to be at Pooza.
Oh, nice.
Two Philly bands that I love.
While Vinny was talking, Baloo farted.
Yeah, that's been going on a lot lately.
He has. That one was not like what he's been doing. He's been having like human farts. It's wild. Anyway, so. Good. I know the Holy Mess. I don't know 500. Maybe you've played 500 Bucks.
500 Bucks. One of the members of the Holy Mess left and started 500 Bucks.
Oh, so. I think you've told me that recently. We just saw Hokum, which is a new horror movie with Adam Scott. It was not what either of us expected. No. We never talked about what we expected, but we both agreed it wasn't what we expected in our own heads, and we both really liked it. It was good.
Yeah.
I would recommend it.
I would recommend it too. Yeah, it was good. If you like seeing Adam Scott go in an elevator, in a different type of elevator, then you should go see Hokum.
It's actually really true. Yeah. If you're a Severance fan, there is a crossover with an elevator for a minute.
Yeah, I would say it's like a different type of magical elevator than in than in Severance, but yeah.
For sure. But yeah, that was good. And again, we're still watching playoffs. I'm wearing a Flyers shirt.
I love that shirt.
It's a Flyers Misfits crossover shirt. Pretty cool. And yeah, they're playing Carolina right now, and it is something.
Yeah, it's just a different pace in the first round.
If you guys watch hockey or care at all, Carolina is wildly fast, and they know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So on to the topic of Mind Your Rehab. So today I had a patient come in. And I've been seeing her for a while, but within this last year, we were working on one of her shoulders, which is definitely extremely arthritic. We have expectations that it is just extremely limited. And before, the goal was to just strengthen everything as much as we can. Anyway, we phased out of care. And then I reached out to her I think I was asking her questions, I don't know, I was like surveying her or something. And she came back. She realized she's been dealing with tendonitis. And then I was like, why haven't you come in? And she's like, I actually don't know the answer to that question. So she came back, and she was being held back in the gym. And I remember when I first met her, she was saying how she just wants to be able to lift heavy again. And I'm definitely a big proponent of that. So I wanted that for her as well. But yeah, this time she was working out with trainers. She's at a gym, and they just couldn't really, I guess they were trying to like address her tendonitis best that they could.
The trainers.
Yeah, but to anyone who's a trainer or is working with a trainer and you're dealing with an injury, don't let them go into another wheelhouse. It's not their wheelhouse to treat injuries. It's just not.
I mean, I would say not even just trainers specifically, but like anybody in the world. Like if you're like,
I mean, even surgeons shouldn't give
yeah,
advice
like
on rehab.
stay in your lane. You're allowed to kind of like touch the line a little bit, but
Yeah.
then
Refer out.
maybe have a conversation with somebody
Yeah.
who actually knows that level of
Yeah.
expertise. Yeah.
And I'm not saying they're bad. They were doing their best, but honestly, just refer out. Like if you and ask your coach or trainer or whatever if you feel like they're trying to treat something and it's not going anywhere, refer yourself out. Still work with your trainer, but refer yourself to a rehab specialist.
I was having this conversation on the phone with somebody yesterday, not to
No, you're fine.
totally derail everything, but the woman that I was talking on the phone with, she was been dealing with the health issue that she was dealing with for years, and she's done a lot of her own work. She researched, she worked with a practitioner with a couple different practitioners with varied levels of success, did a bunch of deep dives on her own, got to a point where she was pretty stable for a while, but then reached the most recent level of, okay, now I'm not progressing and I don't know what's going on.
Right.
Great, great example of like, you can try things over and over again, but if it's not your level of expertise, it's not your level of expertise. So
Yeah.
you should definitely ask somebody who it is their level of expertise,
Yeah, there
because
you go.
they'll be able to provide you with insight that you'd never even thought of before.
Yeah. So, yeah, so we worked on her shoulder, on her tendonitis. And, part of, just as a side note, if you have tendonitis, don't stretch it. Tendons want to be strengthened. Tensile units, that's loading. So tendons need tension, not stretch. So, yeah, anyway, back to the story. She came in today. She's been coming in, like she's phasing out. She doesn't have to come in as regularly. And now we actually are working more on skills in the gym, like hip hinge and stuff like that, because even that fundamental pattern is worked on in a high level rehab setting, because oftentimes people don't have the space in their hips. I say space, I'm saying it in a specific way. You do have only so much space in your body, but your joints do get kind of cramped if they are not practicing all ranges of motion. So then you lose space and you can regain space. So oftentimes the hip hinge can be, you know, fucked up because of that, and also just not understanding how to do it. But anyway, I digress. When she came in, she had this like glowing energy about her. She just seemed like she was in such a solid place, and she has a really uplifting spirit to begin with, but this was like exceptionally so. And she was talking about how she recognized that she was coming from a place, from a she phrased it like she was coming from a place of deficit rather than gratitude or abundance, I guess, in that with her injuries, she kept kind of making her own self-limiting excuses of, because she's in her what, 60s?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in her 60s. She's always been athletic and she loves to be active. And she kind of just told herself, like, I shouldn't be pressing at my age. I shouldn't be doing XYZ at my age. I don't need to do this. Meanwhile, that's the shit that makes her feel really good about herself, about her life. And she told me, she was like, we're loading in the gym, like heavy, because not only she continuously says this, is like, it's like her coaches or trainers are like, they're using me as their green light to challenge her and do stuff, which is, that's great. That's what they should do.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, so now she's benching, she's doing all these things that she told herself she wouldn't be able to do, or shouldn't. Like, that was a really strong word, that she shouldn't be able to do this or shouldn't be doing this at her age. And it's like, I don't know who made up the rules, but that's not true.
I think something that has come across in other coaching that we've done, or maybe it's some of the mindset work that I've done. I can't remember off the top of my head right now.
There's a big overlap.
There's a big overlap, yeah. Anytime you find yourself saying that you should or shouldn't do something, it usually is coming from an outside place of authority, someone that you have looked at as an authority in some way, shape, or form. So really challenging that in and of itself. If you feel like you should or shouldn't be doing something, question why the fuck you feel that way in the first place, because somebody else probably put that on top of you.
Yeah.
It could have come from your parents. It could have come from, you know, the medical industrial complex, whatever the hell, wherever it could have possibly come from. But yeah, should is a word that I particularly over the last year have really been trying to take out of my vocabulary.
Yeah.
Exactly for that reason.
Yeah.
Because fuck authority.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this all comes down to, again, the words that you use will guide your actions. Maybe I'm saying again, but this is stuff that we talk about outside of this podcast. I don't know if I've said that here, but
Say it.
say it a million times.
Yeah.
The words you use guide your actions. And we talk about this in Limitless Athleticism, our online program, because a lot of people, they tell themselves, they just make up these random ass stories about themselves that like don't have any ground, they don't have any, it's not grounded in any truth. For some reason they've made these decisions, and it's usually out of fear or out of authority from someone else, an external force or an external source, I should say. And you're to get, you know, a little woo woo. It's not really not woo woo. It is, I guess it's quantum physics, the whole subconscious, but your subconscious doesn't understand negatives.
Correct.
So when you say something like, my favorite example that when I was learning this was like, if I'm thinking, I don't want to get sick, I don't want to get sick, I don't want to get sick, what happens is that you get sick because your subconscious hears get sick, get sick, get sick. And so you end up doing the thing that you did not want to do. So when you say things like, I'm stuck, first of all, this was a mind, I know I'm kind of like going back and forth, and if you need to slow me down, go for it. But one of the most mind-blowing things I had with our business coach was I was making a comment in our Facebook group about after we had this really big intensive, I had said that I'm stuck on something, and he was like, "Why are you choosing that?" And I could not fucking believe. First of all, I didn't even recognize, because he also had more to that answer. I didn't even recognize that he was talking about that I was choosing to be stuck, but you knew exactly what he meant. And because I remember saying that to you, like, I didn't know he fucking meant, like, why are you choosing to be stuck? And you're like, yeah, I knew exactly. That's what he was asking. That is 100% a state of mind.
Yeah.
When you're stuck, you're not actually stuck. You're choosing to stay in that moment or whatever, rather than choosing to find the solution or moving forward.
Just taking any action
Yes.
whatsoever in the direction that you want to be going will help make you feel unstuck because you're moving towards the goal.
Yeah.
But it'll also highlight either something that you didn't know that you could be doing, you didn't know that you wanted to do, or open up a blind spot entirely that you were unaware of.
Yeah. And so when you I feel like it would, and it may, maybe you have a better better like exercise for listeners to do, but like, I wonder if you ever find yourself in rehab saying I'm stuck, ask yourself, why do I feel this way? What is it? What are the circumstances that are making me feel this way? Is it because I'm not progressing? Is it because I'm, and then dig into, why aren't you progressing? Questions are, and this requires a lot of honesty with yourself, which is really fucking hard for a lot of people. If you are not okay with being honest with yourself, then to be completely honest, you're a little fucked.
Yeah. I love too when people it's hard to be honest with yourself, right? There are certain things that you might not want to admit about yourself, or certain things that you don't want to admit that you don't want to do or don't really aspire towards, even though it feels like it. If you're watching the video, you can see Baloo is just trying to shove his face into me. So I'm sorry, I'm getting a little derailed. I don't even know what I was talking about because Baloo.
I said, like, if you're
got me
not
excited.
okay with being honest with yourself.
Oh, if you're not okay with being honest with yourself, it's one thing. Something that I know for a fact, if you come into our world, there are going to be certain things that we challenge you on to help you grow, to push you outside of your bounds and make you succeed.
And you can reject it.
A lot of the people that I work with have a very difficult time when I challenge them.
Yeah.
And it happens It happens regularly.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry if you heard something, blue shaking out. Yeah, if you're not willing to be honest with yourself and you're working with somebody who's willing to challenge you, um, you're gonna get really uncomfortable. But it is growth. But going back
You
to
can't
the
grow without being uncomfortable.
yeah, that's the good news is that if you are uncomfortable, you are on the other side of that is growth, is improvement, is better. So, and that's when you repeatedly make yourself uncomfortable and you realize that that's the pattern, you become way more comfortable with being uncomfortable and you put yourself in more situations of being uncomfortable. For it, and I'm not trying to say like I'm the gold standard by any means, but this is why like we own a business. I went to roller derby without knowing how to fucking skate and look what happened. I shattered my ankle. But I did grow from that experience. I don't regret it at all. I met really great people and I had a great time and I feel really cool that I did that for a second.
I mean,
And
it's definitely led us to where we are
yes,
today,
and
going
then
through that process.
100%. And now I'm doing bodybuilding. All of this is so uncomfortable, but because I'm so comfortable with being uncomfortable, I just do it. And I also am very open to people challenging me on thought processes as long as it's coming from a place of love. If it's coming from a place of you of that person being a fucking shithead, then no, I'm not okay with it.
Yeah, don't
But
let anyone be an asshole to you. That's not
no,
what we're
no.
saying.
It if you got to be in like a safe space. You have to know that the person who's talking to you and challenging you is doing it out of love and respect.
Yeah,
But when you're in a rehab setting, I kind of went off on a tangent, but it is relevant.
it's all
Um
relevant.
yeah, when you're in a rehab setting and you say that you're stuck, okay, why? Is it because you're not progressing? Okay, why? Is it because you're not doing your exercises? Is it because you're not doing them enough? Is it because you are not doing them correctly? So there's that category. And then it could be, I'm doing all of those things. I know I'm doing them correctly. So then the next question is, are they the right, am I getting the right exercises to challenge me? And this isn't a conversation of right or wrong exercises. It's a conversation of knowing whether or not the person that you're working with understands how to challenge you so that you get better and adapt and get stronger and improve your capacity and your threshold and everything.
If you're working with someone, if you're not working
Yes.
with someone, right? If you're doing things on your own, that could be one of the things that leads to a huge shift for you.
Yes. And the doors that it can open when you recognize that you're not stuck, it's just simply based off of you need to take different action, then you recognize that you're in full control and you're not stuck. It's just a matter of you reflecting on what that means in your situation and then taking taking the course of action that makes sense from there. And that's what my patient did. It was like she was stuck, and then I think when I reached out it was like, oh my god, I feel like a light bulb. So of course that was the right course of action for her. And now working with her trainers and with me, she said it today. She was like, I couldn't have done it with one of you. I needed all of you. And that's 100% true. I'm not working on programming with her.
Right.
They are. And so I just lost my train of thought because I just feel like my mind's going everywhere.
That's fine. But I like that you brought it back around though to that that realization that she had where sometimes you need multiple different inputs in
Yeah.
order for you to get to the place where you want to be, right? Mentally or physically.
But it also comes with the honesty of that you're not going in the direction where you want to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To that or
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think
like making the choice to work with the right
right,
people
right,
comes from
exactly.
you being honest with yourself and I didn't mean to cut you off.
You're fine. Good.
And with being okay with making decisions for yourself and not for being afraid of hurting somebody's feelings.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
Yeah, I agree with that
Were you
fully.
going to say anything else?
No, basically what I was going to say was just to summarize that little, I don't know, 5 10
Tangent.
10 minute that 10-minute tangent that we went down, right? It's basically if you feel like you're stuck, there are two things that I would suggest to do. One of them is to take action, period. The second one would be to ask questions, which is
The opposite. I would say in like the order of ask questions and then take action.
I think it depends on the situation that you're in.
Yeah,
Either one works.
That's true.
Yeah, it depends.
It does.
It all depends. It's not just a bullshit answer if someone says it depends. It's a very honest and truthful
And I would also say the same. If somebody says that they don't know, that's a solid person.
I think we touched on that last time.
I think so. Well, I'm going to repeat it because everyone forgets.
We're going to say a lot of the same things, I'm sure, over and over again.
Yeah. There was something else I was going to say. Oh, yeah. On the topic of kind of staying too long with the wrong person, and this is like in relationships in general, it's like a lot of people stay with the same provider because they don't want to hurt their feelings. They feel like they're cheating on them. They feel like, but at the end of the day, it's about you. It's about your progress, your well-being, your health. So you have to be okay with making decisions for yourself, which is also really hard for people who are people pleasers. You know, I know people who they start seeing me and they continue with their old provider. And then when it just becomes an annoying expense to continue with that provider, they stop. But a lot of it is because they just love them as people. You can love your PT, your chiro, your acupuncturist as a person and still choose to put yourself first and get the right provider who's going to challenge you so that you get better, challenge you physically and mentally.
Yeah. And I think that builds off of something I know we talked about last time, which is to start surrounding yourself with the people that are going to push you and challenge you and help you grow in the ways that you want. And if you feel like you're working with someone and it becomes very monotonous, or it just feels like it's the same routine, or if you don't feel like you're actually moving towards your goal and you're just hanging out with that person, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, that was the guy who I'm now just started working with. I gave a workshop. I've given 2 workshops in the past 2 weeks. The most recent one, this guy came in. He has been working on a neck issue he's had that he has like radiating pain. He's got disc herniations. He's been working on this with the same provider for 6 months, and it's been the same the whole time.
No improvement.
Yeah, it's just been status quo the entire time. And like he'll get temporary relief, but it just keeps coming back. And so he, you know, I had the workshop, he came and he saw a different approach. And so he decided, I'm going to try this out. What's good is that I think he was detached enough to be like, I'll just end with that person and see how this goes.
Yeah.
Because that's the other thing. It's like everything's a fucking test. Everything is testing.
Everything's testing.
Everything's data, everything's testing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a hard thing for a lot of people to realize, I think.
It's hard for
It's just gathering information along the way.
If you want to learn how to get better at testing and data, just become an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Just force yourself right into
Just quit your job and decide to start your own thing, because it'll teach you really quickly.
Yeah. It'll also teach you a lot about just yourself. So yeah. But anyway. Yeah.
We digress.
Yeah. That was it though.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Sick.
I feel like that was good. We went on a lot of tangents, but I think we got there overall. Yeah, they were definitely all relevant.
Yeah. So if you have any questions, ask us. You can find me at Dr.Allison at wait, what's my handle? Dr.Allison Heffron.
Yeah.
Not at Gmail. That's
that's not even close.
So my Instagram handle is D as in dog, R dot, like doctor, ALLISON HEFFRON. And Vinny, do you want people to find you, or you want?
If you want to find me, you can totally find me. It is I'm on Instagram at NotYourTherapistVinny, and
Vinny is spelled VINNY.
Thank you. Vinny is spelled VINNY. Wow.
By the way, we were talking last night about Vinny potentially like doing a color commentary for the NHL, and then immediately after he was saying I can do this, immediately after he goes technically. Technically.
Yeah, I have been hit in the head a lot. I will say the wrong thing sometimes. It's very, very true. But yeah, it's at NotYourTherapistVinny is my Instagram handle, and whenever I say that, I feel like Tobias Funke. So It's yesterday was Cinco de
Yeah,
Quattro.
yeah.
Damn
Cinco de
it.
Quattro was
Never
yesterday
mind.
for those Arrested Development heads.
Never mind.
Anyway, like, share, subscribe, do all those things, review us. All this shit is helpful for us. And we will see you on the flippity flop, which is next week.
Adios, amigos.
Bye.